Yo, what is good, everyone? In today's video, it's going to be an important video for you guys to learn because many people actually face this problem in boxing, and it is how to fight a taller opponent. Without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. All right, cool. So the first thing you need to know is, and when I say you need to know, you already know this. I know you felt my pain. Every single one of you guys that have fought a taller opponent have felt this pain. The taller opponent loves to spam their jab. They spam the jab like it's a controller player Fortnite guy that's just spamming their AR at you. You know what I'm talking about? Them lot just love spamming that jab at you because they got that distance advantage. So they love to use their jab to keep you away, and they love coming in. But don't worry, because today I'm going to teach you how to counter that and how to fight a taller opponent. All right, number one, the first thing you want to practice is countering their jab. As I just said previously, the taller opponent loves to spam their jab out on you. They want to keep you out so they can come into you. But what you want to practice is actually countering their jabs onto you. So I'm going to show you guys a few combinations that you could use. Well, not just combinations, a few simple punches that you could use to counter their jabs at you to make it a lot easier for them not to hit you with the jab so that you can get a slight advantage. So we're going to start off with the first one. When they throw the jab at you, I'm going to show you a couple different techniques that you can use. So first of all, starting off with a parry. When they throw that jab, practice the parry and counter. Parry with your left. If they're coming in with their jab, you parry, then you shoot again with your right hand cross. So practice this. Move around, parry, cross. Move around again. Keep moving. Make sure you stay moving when it comes to taller opponents because they want to keep coming into you because they don't want you to come into them. So they don't want to trick you into keeping you far back. Don't do that. Practice the parry and counter. So just parry like this. You pat their punch out. Don't over pat it. So just parry, cross. Use this technique to get away from their jabs. So, cross. But it's going to help you a lot more than if you don't do that because what's going to happen is you're going to get jabbed on. So at least try and counter that jab. Now, the second thing you can do is actually let them come forward with the jab. Let them come forward with the jab and do this one thing that I taught in my previous video. It's called the lean back and then counter. So I'm going to show you how it goes. When they throw that jab, wait for them to come into you with that jab first. And what you want to do is lean back or even step back and then step back in. So what you're actually doing is when they throw that jab to you, they want you to be where their jab is, but you're not going to leave it there. You're not going to accept that. When they throw that jab out, you're going to step back. Their jab is here, right? You can parry it or you can just come straight back in with a cross and finish them. Now, obviously, you can't do this every single time because you're going to waste a lot of energy springing back and forth, but that's going to catch them off guard. So make sure you work on countering their jabs. So you can parry, jab. You can slip, jab. You can, parry, uppercut. But let's move on to the next tip. All right, number two. This one is the most important part when it comes to fighting a taller opponent. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. When you're fighting a taller opponent, you need to close the distance. If you don't close the distance, it's not just like you're going to get knocked out and lose, but you're going to lose by points as well because they're going to keep throwing them punches out at you. Because if they keep you at distance, you're the shorter opponent. You're the shorter opponent. You're going to get hit by their punches. They're going to keep throwing their jabs. They're going to come in. But if you, on the other hand, close the distance. By the way, let me just tell you something. Taller opponents don't always have the biggest advantage because if you're short, you also have an advantage over them if they're tall because if you're close up to them, they have a disadvantage because their arms are longer and they can't really punch as easily. But if you're far and they're tall, they got the advantage from a long range. So it's 50-50. No one has the greatest advantage. So what you want to do is you want to close the distance by stepping into them. Now, you can step in just by coming simply with a combo or even a jab. I'll show you with the jab first. So you can come in, you step in with a jab. Don't just throw a jab, then step in. Don't ever do that. You step in with the jab and get close up to them. So they're here. You might even want to throw a little fade and step in with a jab. Now, when you throw that jab, don't just stay there. The jab is only to get you to step into them so you can throw your other combinations. So practice this. Step in and then shoot. So step in, jab. You can even do this with a double jab. So just like that. But the one I love to use the most, the one I really like using is going up. So you feint up, then you go down to the body. This makes them, this closes the distance a little bit while also tricking them. So what you do is you feint up and you shoot down. So you feint up, then you jab to their body. That's also closing the distance because you've got to step forward. Make sure when you fight taller opponents, you always step into them because you need to close that range. So when you get close to them, you throw them deadly uppercuts and hooks and, increasing the chance of you hurting them and knocking them out. I shouldn't say hurt them, man. That's sad, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Every man for himself. So close the distance by stepping into them. All right, cool. Number 3, the feint. This is going to help you actually open them up. So when you're coming in for them combos, they're already opened up slightly so you can throw them uppercuts, them hooks into them. Now, I don't really recommend throwing feints that require you to step into them, because what that's actually going to do is it's going to make them step back. And when you want to close the distance, you don't want them to step back. You want them to be where you are. So instead of doing these step-in feints, what you want to do is throw feints upwards, open them up, throw fake feints just like that. The way you throw a feint is literally by staying protected and just moving your arms out a little bit like that to flare their arms out a little bit. So this is how you feint. It's very simple. You can even throw a jab feint, so just like that. Now when you throw that feint, don't stop. Once you throw that feint to open their arms upwards, you want to throw uppercut, you throw them hooks in, for whatever combos it is, but the feint will open them up easier. Yo, what you saying? You trying to come in as well? We're about to bring this guy in a video. What are you saying, bro? You good? What are you telling me? We're trying to be in a video?
Yeah, man.
Saying we're going to bring this guy in a video, then cool. I'm teaching him how to feint in it. Well, I've seen this guy do boxing before my gym, so I'm going to bring him in a video, whatever. I was literally teaching him how to feint here because I'm teaching him how to fight a taller opponent. So, just like this, guys, feint like that. Let's see what his feint's saying. Wait, bro, don't keep your arms flared out too much. Like, keep your arms a bit more protected. But don't step in too much as well. Just let's look. I'll say, keep your arm up a little bit more. So like that. Like you're faking the jab upwards so you can come into their body, innit? Do it again. Face me while doing it. Don't move too much your body. Literally just feint upwards. Yeah, but don't throw the jab. It's just like a little feint. Just then come in. Yeah, say that and cool. So we brought this guy into the video, I guess, so he's doing it with me now. So literally practice that feint because it's going to help you a lot. All right, cool. The last point is prioritize and practice your hooks and uppercuts as much as you can when it comes to fighting taller opponents. The reason is because your jab is the main tool to get into them when it comes to taller opponents rather than just to hit them. You want to get into them with the jab, but your other punches are going to be the punches they want to land the deadliest combinations with. So what I do recommend is you guys practice your uppercuts and hooks as much as possible, especially in sparring, prioritize using that. So when you step in with the jab, throw them uppercuts to them because when they're close to you, when a tall opponent is close to you, they find difficulty into actually punching you because you're so close to them and they have longer arms. So what you want to do is, once you come in feint for a jab, uppercuts, hooks, uppercuts, throw them uppercuts and punches as much as you can and make sure it's rapid. The faster you throw these punches into your opponent, especially when they're taller, it's going to be a lot harder for them to think about what they got to do next. So make sure you practice these uppercuts so they're close. And the good thing is, with a taller opponent, their head is a bit higher than yours. So it's a lot easier for you to actually land that uppercut. So when you're close to them, practice the uppercuts. Throw them hooks. You can even throw some body shots as well. I'm just telling you this thing now, just so you don't just, throw these jabs out at them. Because if you throw jabs at these taller opponents, you're not going to hurt them that much. But I'm being real with you. You're not going to hurt them that much. You want to use that tool, the jab tool, to get into them. Your feints to get into them. But when you get into that body, you want to throw them uppercuts, them hard uppercuts, even fast. Uppercuts, hooks, uppercuts, move in, uppercut. Bruv, break that glass jaw of theirs, bro. Break that jaw of theirs. And lastly, if you guys want to learn how to box at home, make sure you go get my home boxing program, which is pinned below in the comments section. It teaches you guys how to box at home with no equipment needed, no heavy bag, no boxing gloves, no nothing. Just you in your house, shadow boxing, that's it. And get it right now while it's 50% off for a limited time, because tomorrow the price is going up again, unfortunately. So make sure you guys go get the program down below. Anyways, if you guys watched this until the end, I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're almost at 100K, which is crazy to me for YouTube. So make sure you all stay safe, and thank you so much for watching.